Hey Prajot, good morning. Prajot, good morning.
Good morning, Maju. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
We're just waiting for Karthik to join in. So, Karthik, good morning.
Yeah, hi Manju, good morning.
Yeah, I think we have everyone here. So, I think we have Dharnesh and then Amulya here in the room.
Yeah.
We can get started. Just give me a minute. It's more than a couple of months, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh no, when was our last? Hmm. Just give me a minute. Let me share my screen. I think so. Today is 23rd July 2024. So we are into cluster API meeting for IBMCloud provider. Yeah, it's been a while. So we'll just discuss as usual, like our features, releases, backlogs, and then whatnot. So yeah, feel free to add if you have any other topics to discuss. Okay. Maybe we can get started with what we discussed or what we delivered on a high level in last couple of months, right? Um, so are you sure our last meeting was on May 17th? Uh-huh.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, wow. Okay. Um, all right. I think quickly we'll not spend a lot of time there. The conclusion part, but yeah, we'll just at least see what has been delivered in last couple of months. So May 17th is yeah, I think here is the May 17 last commit we made for VPC, like Go SDK update. After that, we did change some refactoring for Zone. So this is for getting the zones for the power, I believe, obvious.
Yeah, previously we were directly making a call, and with refactoring we made use of interface for unit testing. So
Yeah.
this is
Oh, this is just for the adding the interface. Yeah,
yeah.
good. Yes. Right now we have everything from the interface, right? So we don't have any hopefully.
No, currently we don't have any direct calls for most of the things.
Cool. But anyway,
Yeah.
if we have, I think the unit test cases fails, no? If I'm not wrong. Are we running
Ah,
that like we made one test case, right? No.
no, currently it's not handled this code flow in unit test cases.
Okay. The UT part we'll talk about in a bit.
Y- Yeah.
Then this is about bumping the version. KTS. Okay. Yeah, is it working fine? Yeah, we'll go to the CI/CD also in the end. So I think that's another topic we want to discuss. CI/CD. Nice. And then skip load balancer pool member deletion if creation failed. So this is also. Can we speak a bit louder? I mean, like, can you guys hear what Mulya was speaking?
It's not clear. Maybe if we can be a bit louder, it would be helpful.
Yeah, sure. So this check was added just to check whether the instance was created or not, and if it was not created, then don't proceed with load balance or full member deletion. We saw a bug somewhere when testing, and then we added this check.
Okay. Then we have security group renaming. This Danish you delivered, right? I think this
Yeah.
is some of the renaming part we
Yes,
have.
yes.
So just the refactoring in terms of the name, right?
Yeah. It was kind of redundant in some cases, so we just renamed it to more suitable way.
Okay. And then this is like
So
security groups.
manifest API spec was already added. So I've added the implementation part here. So we have used this CPC security group spec to create the security group along with the security group default security group created while during the creation of APC. So this will go as a secondary security group. This is not the default security group. So this can handle list of multiple security groups as well. So
But who is using this right now? Anybody
who's,
using any idea? Like who is consuming
not
it?
sure. Amzi is
I
using it for that.
Yeah, I think there was a requirement from the IPA team for having a security group, and
Okay.
even from VPC folks also they added the API spec, but they didn't do the implementation, so we have taken care here.
Yes. But any idea like if IPI folks or anyone consuming it? So I just want to hear the how is it working, or are there any feedback or anything like that?
Not sure. Maybe I can confirm today.
Okay. Let's get that. Next one is this, right?
Yeah. So this one we implemented to avoid the global routing by default. It was earlier it was global routing always. So now we have considered the region of Power VS and VPC and decide based on that whether to give local or global.
Yeah.
So
The default is local right now, right?
yeah, right now it is.
Okay, but how is the billing after this change?
No, I think Transit Gateway we're not doing much development work in past month, so we didn't get that much bill on Transit Gateway. But this will result only in for data transit billing actually, not for the connection. So if
But even while creating it was
for creation it won't affect much. So the billing would be same.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Only for the data in transit, it was like off the price compared to the global one. So if we transit the data like some volume, then only we would get billing.
Okay.
So we usually for Dev 1 CA related work, we won't see data in transit, so we won't see.
Not a lot of
usually.
data, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. But earlier that was not case, right? So because when we were making it global, so we had a lot of billing charge, no?
Yeah,
Even for the
that
CI/CD
time,
also.
yeah. Oh, is it? Okay. That time, many people were in development of different various work,
Okay.
so they were
Okay.
creating transit gateway left and right, and they got a lot of billing that month.
Okay. Cool. The logging refactoring, Mulya, I think you have worked on this once.
Yeah, we just add some clear concise messages, and also like tagging each log with whatever component it is trying to from wherever the log has been coming from. So just
Okay. But how is it right now? So do you need any other logging enhancements, or this is good enough? Like we have everything in place, or
right now, like whenever in testing, we can see depending on the levels of logging, also it's giving good information at least for developers.
okay. Cool. This is bump. It's okay. And there's some space was there. So I remember like we were working on some YML lint and all that. Like I'm not sure is that got merged or
No, it isn't merged yet. It's still open.
okay. Yeah, but I know Prajot was following up that guy closely. So like I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe while discussing the issue we can discuss. It is something we need to figure out.
See latest review from Karthik, who just posted a comment, but he's not come back yet.
Yeah, it's almost April 20th.
Yes, Maju. So it has been a long time since he fixed anything like once we commented, right?
Okay. Okay, let's see. Maybe someone else will take, we'll have to take the ownership and then maybe deliver. Okay, so the CAPI update to the latest version is fine. So this version update here. release version for weekly security scan. What is this? Oh, this is for updating the.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
release,
Got it.
once we release, we just like update versions.
We ignored this update for some reason, no?
Yeah, because this dependency was bumping the Go version to 1.22 and adding
Mhm.
this toolchain, and so we just ignored it as of now until the 1.8 is out. So once we move to it, we can then
Okay,
remove this.
all right. And next Cube API, Cube VIP stuff we bumped.
Yeah. With 1.29, there were a couple of issues with KubeVip, so we just added this super admin config. As of now, this
Mhm.
needs to be, we need to take
This
care
is
of this.
workaround, na?
Yeah, workaround. We need to take
Mm.
care of this.
But how do we fix it?
I'm not sure. We need to like check. I haven't spent time on it yet, but we can check. There's an issue created to track it.
Okay, but you already have issue there to track this, or
In our
Yeah.
deploy issues there.
okay,
Yeah, assigned it to myself also.
okay, okay. Right. This is again bump.
Yeah,
So, okay, and fetching instance ID. Yeah, this is okay. So this is Karthik. Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, Manju. Actually, I think previously we were ignoring this fetching the ID of service instance. So currently, with this change, the provider ID format has been fixed with the proper service instance ID. So previous to this value, when the user specifies the ID in the spec, right, we were ignoring and the provider ID was missing the service instance ID. So because
Mhm.
of that, the node and machine link was not establishing. So with
Yeah.
this change, I think we are trying to fix that bug.
Mm, cool.
Yeah.
I think this is for deriving the VPC zone from PowerVS region. So okay,
This code then later moved to the Power VS utils.
utils, na? Mhm. There's some log
Yeah,
format.
we actually updated like while checking the state of the resource. This arrives because we loop through multiple transit gateway connections, and by logging, we just want to know for which particular connection, what is the status. So just added that fields to logging for more information.
Okay. And also you have added some state.
Yeah, that for load balancer update pending. I think.
Mhm.
Updated the state of load balancer. Added another
Yep.
state.
This is for validating the port. So if 6443 already there used or whatever, right? I think so that we have
Yeah.
widening it over. Yeah.
Yeah, I think by default we had 6443 port as a port for the load balancer, but still user have option to specify the additional load balancer port by mistake if user adds 6443 there as well, right? So we just want to warn user that it's already added.
Yep.
So this is here.
Okay. Cool. A lot of updates and then set. So any idea what is happening here?
I think it's just that deployment spec update to have this termination policy. I think just for better debugging. So we
Yeah.
followed this from referred from the OpenShift, right? From there where we are setting this policy. So in case of
Yeah.
any crash or anything, so we can get a better log. That's the only intention.
Cool. Makes sense. And bunch of updates. Add a book validation for transit global routing field. Garnish.
Yeah, I think this will add a webhook validation to validate if the user tried to pass, local routing in case of global routing is
Yeah.
required.
Required, yes, yeah. Basically, we are validating like VPC region and then PowerVS region, and
Yeah.
then we are ensuring that they are all in same. Otherwise, we throw this error, right?
Yeah. Also, we moved that region block to VPC, sorry, PowerVS utils and referred it here. And
Yeah. So here, na?
yeah. Yes.
Cool. Bunch of updates. Extravi here. Right. QBuilder tools to latest version. Bumped the Golang and then updated the CAPI. Improved the deletion flow. Niche. Earlier we were ignoring some response and all that. Huh?
Yeah, response code.
Yeah, we were using, yes.
Yeah, this is good. This is for
Mm.
comparing the response string and then what.
Yes. Also, I removed some of the things in PowerVS workspace deletion to improve it. So
Yep. So how is
Also-
the flow now with this? Like, is it hypershift and now this, like, is it it's all, are we still testing an issue like hypershift?
hypershift, I'm not tracking the CA, but on and off I'm trying to test the cluster bot.
Mhm.
So that is working okay.
That's what is
last
still
when I
working.
checked.
Okay.
Last when I checked.
Mhm.
So other than that, it is working only. I guess Abhishek tested for transit gateway thing last week
Mhm. Mhm.
when he raised that PR, and recently I also introduced that multipath co-ignition config to
Yeah, yeah.
PowerVS CSI
Mhm.
driver.
Mhm.
So that time also it was working.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, after this we have added that rearrange infra flow that totally do the infra creation part differently. So maybe we will discuss that in later part of the.
Okay. Zone filter. This is for some.
Yeah, I think this is like in in PowerVS this allows duplicate PowerVS
Yeah, yeah.
instance name, right? So to differentiate that, I added this zone
Yeah.
based filtering. So
But this is just to avoid the possibility, right? But
Yeah.
it doesn't completely avoid the sort of duplications, anyways.
Yeah. But at least if the user tries to pass the zone, also he would pass, and the name also he would pass. So we will pick the
We are throwing
specific.
somewhere, no?
Yeah.
Doing things somewhere, like if it is
Yeah,
more
if it is more than one, we are throwing that error.
Yeah.
So if it is only one, then we would exactly pick that PowerBase instance from that particular zone.
Okay.
Earlier, if the PowerBase instance in other zone also, it
Then
would
also
pick
we have to fail.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Bunch of updates. Yeah, I think we ended up using cloud provider with latest version, no, because of IP not being assigned. So that's the change they made in the kubelets. So if it is cloud provider, they're not updating anything, if I'm not wrong. So that's the reason. So I think we are using the external as a cloud provider. So we had to sort of like have to have like CCM part of the deployment to sort of set the IP. Either you have CCM or you just remove the cloud provider external. So that's the ask, or that's the expectation. And then public network creation was.
So the default servers were 8.8.8, and I think they were not able to pull the images internally. So we just added the quad one to just fix it.
Okay. Write some instructions for.
More clear instructions, like building the image with the HCP.
Okay. UT refactoring.
Yeah. So this refactoring is mainly for that new Power BI cluster scope, right? Where we create various clients.
Mhm.
So in creating clients, we directly calling that getting the account details or the authentication. So just to avoid those things for the UT, we have added some factory methods. So that will be used only while in case of UTs only. So we
Mhm.
can avoid direct calls. So I think eventually it should help in adding unit test cases. I think I just added a unit test case sample for one of the functions as well. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
all
na?
from here. Yes. Yeah, I think if you see right, we added all the client factories, so where we can override the actual workflow.
Okay. And this is being run, right, for every PRs?
Yes, yes. I think this is just for the outer reconcile function I have
Sanity, yes.
added. Yeah,
Yep.
I think internal reconcile function I just avoided till that refactoring PR from Danish lands in, right, where we are trying to concurrently do VPs and Power VS.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then
We'll have to discuss on
again,
that.
yeah, again it will be rework. That's why I just pause there.
Yep, yep. We'll do that.
Yeah.
I think I was been updated with some information.
Yeah, I used to hit these errors and I thought we'll document it in the troubleshooting page. So it was empty for a very long time. So like how we should SSH into the DHCP VM, and also when the tilt stops in the middle because of with podman, I just added the instruction to troubleshoot.
Yeah, yeah.
Recently, even though I tried the tilt Podman fix, I've been hitting a lot of issues with tilt and Podman.
Okay.
This tip has also not been helping me. A lot.
Okay.
It's finding it very difficult to bring up a cluster, or the stability. So the main issue is cluster keeps getting disconnected because of something inside the Podman. The cluster
Okay, that
connection.
is while developing. I mean,
Ye-
on the laptop, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So what's the alternative?
And so I'm not sure. I just keep doing this continuously. Once it works. So
Oh man. Okay.
so there's, I don't know, some glitch keeps happening. It gets disconnected, connected, and definitely trouble.
Yeah, I think let's not sure. I think considering this, I think we need to find some sort of alternative, maybe like running Docker in remote machine or
Remote
something
as
like that.
in port forward.
I'm not sure how it works. Maybe I think one of you can work on that.
Yeah, I've tried that. That works good.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that a lot.
Yeah, can we have that instruction also documented somewhere?
Yeah, sure. I'll just reproduce and then have those instructions.
Yeah, let's have the instruction for using the remote Docker so that
So you mean in running in a different machine?
yeah, whatever, right? I mean, like just to avoid this podman
Right,
thing, right?
right.
So podman thing is like very problematic for sure. I think let's have some alternative solution
Yeah, sure.
for that,
Yeah,
so that we don't end up begging a rate for this.
Yeah.
So I'm when I use it, it will be there. Like it is stable only. But if I stop using it for like some time, then it would go stale. I have to recreate the machine again.
Mhm.
So, but I didn't face this glitch issue
This
in
has been
Podman.
happening with a lot of us.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay.
recently I just improved, I don't know if it could help, but I just improved the number of CPUs and memory for that node. At least a little bit stable it is.
Yeah, again, so it also sometimes the M1 behaves a little different, and then like Intel behaves a little different. I think it also
But
does
Yaman
that.
should be more stable, right?
No. It all depends, right? So
Okay.
they build and then sure. Okay, let's see. Cool. Maybe I'll create an issue for that.
Yeah, sure.
Um, and, credential. All right. Yes. Then class API to latest version and then Golang update. And there is this VPC API also got extended. I think this is mainly for adding or supporting the additional networks and then whatever. So I think there's good amount of spec thing got added recently, I think, right? So especially with respect to network specs, right? So there could be like,
Yeah.
worker, they want to have like worker subnet different and then control plane subnet and then whatnot, right? So some of those things got added
All
recently.
of these requirements are coming from their IPA, like
Yeah,
from
IPA
IP
flow. Yeah,
perspective.
basically for IPA perspective. So those, so the changes are coming in for the VPC spec. Okay. Hopefully it will not disturb the Power VS right now. But yeah, let's see what goes. And there's one slight change made for overriding the cost endpoint by Mike. Sorry, Mike, right? So another PR added for controller initial code for VPC, right? So this is for creating the scope, and then so there is this V2 flow is what they're calling it as. So V2 flow has been added here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, after this also there is another PR created for reconciling that code flow for the V2, right? So
What is the V2? Initially, you said they have been creating the infra and everything.
yeah, I mean, yeah, right now it is just goes and then creates some one network. So, but they want to have more control on creating networks and then associated, let's say if it is like one network coming from one different resource group or all that, right? Then it's more, more flexible. Maybe I would say like, yeah, of course, with more flexibility comes with more complexity. So, so that's what been worked out. So. Yeah, from Chris is from VPC team is looking into this mainly. Also, some more enhancements been added to the API and then whatnot. Yeah, so this VPC resource and then whatnot. So that also been added here. And then some status been added for network ready, resource group ready, or whatever. Some of those states added as well. Yeah, it's still in progress. So a lot more PRs are coming in. So I think, so yeah, feel free to review the PRs if you have bandwidth. What
And
else?
that's it.
That's it, right? Yep. And going back to PRs, there are a lot of PRs here. Oh my God. Okay. So I see this PR for adding structure creation. So okay, this is proposal. Can we review this and close if no further comments?
Sure,
Karthik,
Manju.
Rajut,
Yeah, I think it's
Garnish.
complete a bit, I believe. I think I can ask him to update it.
Yeah, let's update and close it. I think
Sure.
we know what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
So let's update and close it.
Yeah.
Okay, so so the release right now, what release? Release 0.8, and then I'm not sure whether we have latest release created. First one 0.9 is not created now. So date we'll have to confirm. So right now I'm keeping it open, so no due date. So let us start assigning these PRs based on that. I think this will. Right. So what else is required here? So I think he already created a couple of other issues, right? So this is not required, I believe.
Yeah.
Do we
Manju.
see this? No, right?
No.
Some of these things partially pushed into the latest code, na? Lot of
Yes. Yeah.
changes. Maybe. Push. Support ignition, I'm not sure, it is kind of stale here.
And I think we need to work on this to complete it.
So who will be working on this?
I think I will take a look. I think there is, if I will check with anyone if you're interested, otherwise I will take.
Okay, so any issue created for this one? Do you have any issue for this?
Issue, I'm not sure, Manju. I think we may not have. Oh, it's
There's an issue here.
Transmission.
Okay, we'll come back. Added the YAML lint. So this is what is pending. So can we have someone work on this? Like, can you take a look?
Yeah, sure.
Let's give him, some credit also, so
Yeah.
that we can co-author and then fix it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This I'm not sure. I haven't
yeah, this is ready for review, Manju. I think even I checked yesterday as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so. There is some logs are pending from the cluster API side. There is an issue, so I will be updating that as well. But it is not related to this. But this is ready for review.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's not urgent, but this is needed when we work on that CAPI map transition work in OpenShift.
So in that case, let's start looking into this, no?
Yeah.
Refactor documentation.
Address those comments.
Okay.
And then it will not be.
So you want to address this part of this release? This multiple zone thing, I'm not sure where it stands. This is in progress, and then also some conflicts. Any idea if Shilpa is working on this, Ramesh?
She's saying she's working on this, but not sure where she is right now. Last we discussed about the different solution, and she said she's going to try out and then come up with some better solution for this one. Not sure where she stands now.
Okay. But this is not something important right now, right? Or anyone
No.
required this? Okay. Update docs with, what is happening to this release docs? Nobody is responding?
Nobody is responding there. Even on Slack also keep replying to that. Nobody is taking a look. I'm not sure what is should be the next step.
Okay. But how other CAPI guys are fixing or doing this? Like,
I do not check this. Do they have? They have the. So this is for updating a release branch documentation. Not sure I need to check.
so let's check what's going on with the CAPI, other copy CAPI, like CAPI repository itself also got these multi
Yes.
release branches, right?
Yes.
Let's check into that. This is strange. I mean, like, they're not helping. But there's also issue created for this one, no?
Yeah, and the SIG, that Kubernetes org.
No, here in this only there's one issue created, right? But just I see the PR, there's no issue associated to it. Okay. But remember asking something somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, in the PR only I'm asking. Okay.
The org issue, this one, maybe. where we requested this IC.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. God knows. Okay. Yeah, Danish is next PR. This one I haven't taken a look at it. So like anyone else looked into this?
Karthik and Amalya looked at this.
Yeah, Manju,
Okay.
I have taken it.
Yeah, so I have answered their queries, and I will address one of the comment given by Karthik as well.
Okay. How much time we are saving for this with this?
But kind of half.
Oh, half.
Mm.
Cool. That's fantastic, man. Cool.
But even then, like if the image need to be imported, then we won't see much difference in overall cluster creation.
Mhm.
So image import anyway will going to take 15 minutes or something like that, and then only the machines will get
Yeah,
created.
yeah.
Overall cluster creation time will be same only. But in cases of where we use existing workspace with image already imported, a particular image, then we would see some drastic
Okay.
time reduce in overall cluster creation time.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. But I think this will help in that IPA case because they're right. They look for this infra dot status ready condition within 15 minutes. So they don't depend on images. So I think they have some few phases where they expect the infra to be created within some time. And during that time, I think this will be really helpful.
Will improve the overall bootstrap ready and all that, huh? No.
Yeah.
No.
So
Okay.
currently, I think they will wait for 15 minutes for this infra to be ready. So if it is
Okay.
not ready, they will fail the cluster creation itself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll review and then let's merge this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this VPC code change recent one, I'm just taking a look at it. So I think I almost happened to review this one. So we'll make those comments. Karthik, any other comments you have on this? Like there's only one comment I see from you.
Yeah, I think yeah, it looks good to me, Manju, from high level. I think they're just creating the VPC resource here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if they can combine multiple PRs into one and various commit set, I think we will be able to understand their intent. Sometimes I think I feel miss to understand their flow.
Okay.
So many
Yeah.
PRs and issues with same description and same title, so it's
Yeah.
kind of confusing.
Okay. So do you mind creating? Someone need to create this epic. I see a lot of these PRs have been pushed. Right? I think we should have one epic or some GitHub issue like epic sort of issue, and then maybe we need to mention all these PRs there. Now I'm kind of don't have any sort of track what's going on. So maybe I'll ask him to create an epic and then sort of mention all these issues created. So and see how it goes. And after this, there are a bunch of these PRs. We'll review and then merge maybe later. Okay, coming back to issues. Let's go with all the issues with all milestone. Alternate. Okay, so what is this? Do not ignore updating.
That was just a placeholder issue, just so that we don't forget removing these from the dependent bot for updating.
Okay,
regular
okay.
updates.
So then we'll have milestone as next, maybe. What is this? For any?
This one right now I think, yeah, so if the user provides the Power BI instance without DHCP, then only we are trying to create it and delete it. So if it is get stuck in that phase, I'm not sure how to handle this. This is kind of a rare case. You don't need to fix it immediately. It's not that priority as well.
Okay.
So earlier we used to delete the DHCP and all the cases. Right? So now we have removed it. We straight away delete the Power BI instance as per the input from one of the guy from Power BS as well, right?
Mhm.
So we remove that DHCP server deletion. We straight away delete the Power BS instance if it is
At least some part of it is
created.
already reduced.
Yeah,
As in,
yes,
like
yes,
if it
yes.
is user created Power BS instance, like workspace, we are just
Yeah,
not
just-
deleting the DHCP.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So with that, I think can we close it, or what else we
Yeah.
want to fix part of this?
No, I think we can close it. I'll take a look at it and I'll see. I still need to keep it. If not, I'll close it or I'll move it to next. It's not priority as well.
Okay. Let's do one thing. So set as 0.9. So you just do your assessment and then
Okay.
based on that make a decision like what we want to fix and all that, right?
Okay.
If it is not required, let's close it.
Okay.
Okay. Add duty across various files in repository. So when we want to take this, Epic,
I think,
you
yeah, I think as soon as this merges, right, we can start with IBM Power BI cluster controller file. And for the Power BI cluster, I think we can start now itself.
I think I'll set it as 0.9. I
Yeah.
think this is good. So let's start working on this, right?
Yeah.
Focus when
This one, I'm not sure Kitna has progressed in it. Anything. So this requires overall discussion as well. I guess like so. There is a scenario I saw like the image import fails, but the cluster creation still proceeds to creating transit gateway and creating UPC load balancer and all. So
well, see, this is the image import. Only VMs are dependent on that, right? For example, if you look at it, right? So image import is required. I mean, like image is required for the Power BS image to be created, like VMs to be created, which is only machine spec. So you cannot say that, you stop creating your load balancer and all stuff, which is more of a clusters resources. Right. So
Okay.
how do you sort of like, there are two different entities. You can stop somehow saying that don't create the machine because you don't have an image. Right. So there are two different entities. I don't want cluster to be stopped because the image is imported, like image import is failed. So what if like tomorrow somebody comes in and then, maybe fix something in the back end and then image import happens or something like that. Or maybe like,
no,
change the machine
so
spec
do we
to
have the
something else.
provision to retry the cluster image if it fails, or if we recreate that particular manifest also, then only it will retry, is it? How the image import actually
Okay,
happen is
image
I'm
import.
asking.
Okay. I'm not sure. We need to look at it. So only if you want to fix it, only the fix could be like for dealing with the image. Like how do we recreate? Or maybe like create a different image and then use that for machine set or whatever, or maybe like
Okay.
whatever.
But where I'm coming from is like if we don't have the workers and control plane, so what is the point in creating transit gateway and VPC load balancer and all that? So it's going to billing anyway.
Yeah,
so,
but that's the flow. There are two different resources, right? It's like user needs to make a decision, like, anyway, I'm not going anywhere or the cluster creation is not happening because of this. So they have to take that manual decision that I'll delete the cluster because it is not creation. It's not creating anyways. But what is that? Where in which situation you will hit the issue is what I mean. Like, what's the concern? Main
no,
concern?
it is hit from Power VS side. So
Yeah,
some of
but
the issues, some of the times we would face that image import, but consistently failing on particular region, so it won't happen at all. So in those cases, not sure. Even if
we'll have
other
to
images,
see. Ideally, like we'll have to wait. Like if it fails, like we'll have to delete the cluster itself. Right. So that could be the solution. But see, my concern is like, this image is a different resource. I don't want to control my cluster resource because of some other resources which I don't even care, right? So cluster resource is different.
Okay.
The image resource is different. So image resources, like machines are dependent on image. So if you take, like if you do any of those, like let's say if you want to take some action in the machine based on the image failure, I'm okay. But not on cluster. So let's say if you're creating load balancer, everything in the machine spec, so I would say like, yeah, I mean, you should do that or whatever, right?
Okay.
Maybe if you want to have, maybe, I don't know, How do we do it? I don't see any other way, any other systematic or better way here. How about others? Like, do you have any other opinion, or like, do you have any other idea how to fix this?
Actually, even I was coming from the standpoint of that means that why create the cluster itself when it's anyhow going to fail and
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that applies even for the machine also, right? Let's
Machine,
say, what if like your machines are going to fail? So
That we are not sure, but it is kind of happening in parallel, right?
yeah, I mean,
So
exactly.
know
Right?
that
Here also it's parallel.
no, machines will get created once the infrastructure is fully ready, right? So
But are you considering image as infrastructure? So the question is like, if you want to, maybe if you want to consider image part of cluster resource, it could be a solution. Maybe let's say if you want to take like a
the cluster.
image is not child of
No,
cluster, no?
no, it's just a
child.
connection
Okay.
between with the one of the
Right,
taint
so-
annotation, I guess. That is
Then you need to
no,
rethink how do you want to like, do you want to consider image as another resource, or maybe like a image for cluster or something? If you want to do it, it could be a way. Or maybe like if you want to introduce image for cluster, something like that.
Mhm.
Let's say you want to consider like I want to create so-and-so image while creating cluster itself. The cluster lifecycle will not make it ready unless you import the image. Something like that, if you want to do it. Think through it. So not with current implementation, it is possible. Maybe we need to think about like if you want to refactor or maybe
So you have to
architecture
introduce a
change or
whole
whatever.
new
Yeah, maybe
spec
something like
itself.
that. Or you need to move this into cluster scope and then whatnot.
Yeah, I think same scenario holds for this now Power VS and VPC resource as well, right? I think if you do concurrently, if one, for example, service instance fails, we should not create VPC as well.
Yeah, how do you take care of that?
But I think in that case we are retrying, right? The creating the Power VS instance.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What if
We are
retry
re-
also? What if retry also fails?
Mm.
And also we can add a retry image creation. Okay. Yeah, think about it. So I think let's think about all different angles, aspects. So if you want to add retry here, image retry, we can try doing that also. First time if it fails, maybe let's say if you want to retry with some limits and all, if you want to add it, so you can do that as well.
Retry with limit only makes sense because usually when we hit this issues, it keeps happening for a good amount of time.
Yeah, it just
always,
won't get
it's
resolved in a
just-
particular day or
Then exponential retry or something like that, you can have right? Back off retry or something like that.
I think with respect to image, right, I want that force stopping the image import. I think most of the time that causes the deletion to take a long time.
that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets stuck in running.
Okay, so that comes in delete flow, right? So if you want to maybe have a delete flow for some of these things.
Yeah.
Then that should be a separate.
That's a
issue.
separate track, separate issue. Do you want to create that issue, Karthik?
I can create them.
Okay, it's a different thing, right? Create an issue for deleting the
Importing image.
importing image.
Power VS provides that kind of API to forcefully.
I think that's not there, I believe. I need to explore. But that's what is my requirement.
But I think the API is not
No,
there, I believe.
Karthik will explore. All right, I think good discussion. Let's see. Okay, so what is this? Revisit terms of agreement.
We had machine remediation in CI. We removed it because it was behaving. I'm not sure. I didn't check into it, but it was behaving very differently. It was trying, even though machine comes into running state, it's deleting and recreating. So maybe I need to read the conditions of what exactly. So I just
when you want to take a look.
Yeah.
When you want to take a look next or nothing urgent, right?
Nothing urgent.
Next. Okay. But stop cluster creation image improve. So when you want to explore this, Danish? You want to?
Yeah, not right now.
I'll do next.
Yeah, next.
Is provider ID format v1 deprecate? What do you want to
Yeah, I
do?
think, yeah, it's a easy, good first case issue. I think I showed it to Puneet and he told he will check and he will try. Maybe I will cross check with him. If he's not interested, I will share with someone in the team. So I think he's just
Okay.
adding a comment.
Okay, I just made it 0.9. So
Yeah.
let's see if we can find someone. Okay, CI.
Created the session as of now. To currently we're not hitting. So I think while deleting the machines for the first cluster, there's some delay in behind like clearing whether
Yeah,
ports are available. So that was when we were hitting it in certain regions. As of now, I don't see this.
Okay. I'll make it as next
Next,
maybe. Revisit Golang version update via
this-
depend about.
Wanted to check why this we are not updating our deployment. I think
Yeah.
Prajjot adjusted. The main concern was it's hard to keep track of when the version is getting updated or
Yeah.
So that is when I wanted to like revisit why we are not updating our dependent about.
So how do we do it?
I think we should automate this. Is this and because there are multiple versions, at least manually copy and these then update.
Okay. mm. Okay, let's think through
need
it.
to
So let's think about it. How do you want to do it and all that? And there are different ways of doing it. Maybe if you want to have some sort of maybe periodic job sort of thing or whatever. I think we're running out of time. I think we'll have to finish. So I think only 5 minutes left. So when we want to do it, like, do you want to explore in this release or the next?
I'll take it as part of next release.
Next.
Thing urgent.
Okay. This is
Current.
this new CAPI released. So let's do it like in this release itself. Plan to handle existing transit gateway.
Yeah.
So when we want to do it, this is complicated.
Yeah, but actually, it needs some discussion, right? Should we support it or what's the way we should support?
Mhm.
Maybe I will create a thread or we can discuss on the issue itself. I think we are running out of time.
Yeah, I think let's discuss on this. But I'll just make it as 0.9. I see some
Yeah.
urgency there as well, right? So alternate development environment, maybe I'll make it as next. Okay, and if I go to issues, so let's not really discuss everything. So I just want to concentrate on 0.9. We want to see a owner for everything. So enhance linting to cover YML file. So I'll make Abhilay you as owner for that. Okay. So nobody. Support pausing. Karthik is working.
I think that's when you get a chance, maybe a review is needed for that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Again, this UT I'll assign to Karthik.
Yeah.
Deprecate, you need to find someone, right?
Yeah. Maybe I will post that in the channel.
The help, like, what is that? Good first?
Good first, yeah.
Okay, this is who want to take this ownership, handling existing transit gateway. So Danish, you want to take it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Let's lead the discussion. Issues. No. First on 0.9 and then we have owner for everything. One. Okay. What else? What else we want to discuss? CICD. What is it doing? Slow. Okay, cool. I see only one error. That's fine.
Yeah, that's the fix.
Okay, let me see from here. Good. 7 is failure.
Yeah, this one failed. I think I'm not sure. I didn't check, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
I think yeah. Probably time and waiting conditions need to check this.
Oh, wait, EPC also failed. It's 21st. I don't know.
I'll take a look. Yeah.
Yeah, just take a look.
Yeah.
0.7 both.
Yeah, they
No.
both failed.
Maybe I'll create an issue for that. Jobs failed for release 7. Links. Oh. 0.8 failed for VPC, I believe. So just okay. All right. So what else? Okay, cool. Thanks, folks. Yeah. Have a nice day.